Wildcats are headed back to the Final Four once again on a bid for another state championship, and down goes Frazier. The number 1 overall team knocked out here in the state quarterfinals.
This week's coverage of the baseball state championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media, Cale Carr, for his support for helping out to do these broadcasts here. And we also want to thank the Licking Booster Club for all their support this year that they give. Please remember to support your local booster club when you get a chance. Some more of our sponsors that we'd like to thank specifically is Progressive Ozark Bank of Licking and Town and Country Bank of Licking, both members FDIC, equals housing home lenders. Again, thank you for all your support for bringing coverage of Licking Wildcat baseball. And also all the other sponsors this year in the Licking community. Again, thank you for all your support. It has been a pleasure. Good luck, Wildcats.
At First State Community Bank, we go beyond banking. We're your neighbor and dedicated to strengthening our communities. We build personal relationships, take the time to understand your unique needs, and offer meaningful financial advice to help you achieve your goals. Whether you're saving for your dream home, planning for your child's education, or growing your business, we're here for every step. Because when you succeed, our community thrives. Stop by our Richland location or learn more at fscb.com. First State Community Bank, success starts here. Member FDIC.
The only thing rising faster than summer temperatures is the cost to cool your home or workspace. Let Deer Duff Insulation help you battle those rising costs with high-quality insulation. Deer Duff offers open and closed cell spray foam as well as bat, fiberglass, and cellulose insulation to fit your needs. Not only does high-quality insulation cut energy costs, but it also helps to protect your home from water damage and mold. For your crawl space or commercial space, agricultural buildings, and anything in between, call Dalton and the crew for your free estimate today. The Bank of Iberia first opened its doors in 1899 and has been tirelessly serving the Miller, Pulaski, and surrounding counties ever since. You don't stay in business that long without knowing a thing or two about taking care of your neighbors. With branches in Iberia and Waynesville, they offer checking, savings, loans, and the friendly customer service that you've come to expect from your hometown bank. So roll on over to Rocktown or wheel into Waynesville and find out what the Bank of Iberia can do for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When disaster strikes, every second matters. Water, fire, mold, and storm damage or trauma cleanup can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to face it alone. At U.S. Disaster Restoration, our certified restoration experts are on call 24/7, arriving fast to protect what matters most. From cleanup to complete rebuild, we restore your home or property and your peace of mind. If you need help fast, give us a call. At U.S. Disaster Restoration, we master any disaster. For 125 years, the Marys County Bank has been dedicated to serving Pulaski County and the surrounding communities. We have friendly in-house services for your auto, ag, home, business, and personal banking needs. With 11 locations including Richland and St. Robert, the Marys County Bank is a convenient way to manage your finances. Come see a friendly face today at any of our 11 locations and let our knowledgeable staff serve your needs. The Marys County Bank, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Nothing says a ball game like hot dogs and popcorn, but after the game, it's time to slide on into Lou's Place in Richland. Lou's has a mouth-watering burger and crispy hand-cut fries, as well as wraps, wings, and many other things, so every trip to your plate is a home run. Featuring trivia and tacos every Tuesday, as well as karaoke and weekly specials, there's always something new going on at Lou's. So here's your sign to swing on by Lou's Place, 700 West Washington in Richland. Taxes. The dreaded yearly chore made up of vague legal terms and stress. But with a preparation done by Tax Made Easy, you'll have nothing to worry about. The professionals at Tax Made Easy do your tax returns like it's their own, searching for every available option to make sure that you are getting the most out of your tax return. So take the stress out of taxes and contact the ladies at Tax Made Easy for your future tax planning needs. Located at 836 VFW Memorial Drive in St. Robert. Are you fed up with the limited selection and high prices at the big box stores? Have you grown weary of paying a premium for steaks that don't meet your expectations? Then it's time you see Chris, Todd, and Ira at Three Brothers Meat Company. Three Brothers is your local family-owned butcher shop where you'll find top-quality meats at fair market prices. From chicken, beef, pork, and fish to even something like ostrich or alligator, they've got it all. Plus, with a wide variety of sides, sauces, and spices, and even catering, they are your one-stop shop. Three Brothers Meat Company. Great meat, great service, great people. Hunting is a heritage in the Bing Creek family, and we want to share it with your family, too. With over 80 years of combined experience out in the woods, we know there's nothing more exciting than a successful hunt. So Bing Creek makes high-quality mouth and friction calls that will drive those long beards wild, as well as grunt calls and scents that will bring those trophy bucks a-running. So before you hit the woods this season, hike on over to our website at bingcreekgamecalls.com and order the best game calls that the Ozarks has to offer. Spring cleaning is just around the corner, and your honey-do list won't be the only thing piling up. So when it's time to clean out the garage or renovate your property, you'll need a roll-off dumpster from Dump It Disposal. Dump It Disposal is a family-owned business right in the heart of Pulaski County. With 10 and 20-yard dumpsters for rent, as well as weekly residential pickup starting at just $22 a month, Dump It Disposal has what you need. So give them a call or go online to dumpitdisposal.com and reserve yours today. MFA Agri-Services started way back in 1914, and they're still alive and well today. This is because they serve their communities like no one else, offering feed and bedding for pets and livestock, minerals, supplements, veterinary supplies, and so much more. MFA has what you need to keep your farm outstanding in its field. See what we did there? Stop by our location in Richland and see what Wayne and the crew has in stock for you. Unlimited Custom Apparel in Crocker has everything you need for unique apparel and promotional products for your team or business. With a wide range of handmade custom shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats, and so much more, Unlimited Custom Apparel has what you want. So no matter what you need printed or pressed, embroidered or emblazoned, the possibilities are unlimited. Find them on Facebook today and tell them that Better Call Ball sent you their way. April showers bring May flowers, and they will soon bring sweltering summer heat. Before your HVAC system starts working overtime, there is no better time to call Josh at Vail Mechanical to inspect, repair, or maintain your home's HVAC system. Maybe it's time to update that old unit for a new efficient model? Vail can do that too with a high-quality ream replacement done right the first time. Don't wait until it breaks. Make your appointment today and trust Vail Mechanical with your HVAC system. 573-286-8136. It's a fact of life that even the most reliable equipment occasionally will break down. When that happens, Farm to Fun Mechanical can fix it fast. Trucks, tractors, ATVs, big or small, Farm to Fun can fix it all. No need to worry about paying a tow truck either, because they will come to you. For fast, reliable, and honest service, call Farm to Fun Mechanical, 573-286-8999, and tell them that Kale sent you. Flowers make a wonderful gift for your loved ones. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, and many other occasions that every blooming thing in Waynesville has the perfect arrangement for. Made with high-quality fresh flowers and creative designs, Jenna and the ladies have every blooming thing you could need to make your next event the best looking yet. So the next time you're feeling rosemantic, visit Every Blooming Thing, 206 Route 66 in Waynesville, or call 573-774-6775. ATR in Richland has been in the bulb business since 1984, and they're not done yet. While ATR specializes in industrial, wholesale, and specialty bulbs from manufacturers such as Sylvania, General Electric, and Philips, they also have a retail counter for residential bulbs and fixtures at a fraction of the cost of a big box store. So whether you need to replace one hard-to-find bulb or you get the bright idea for a whole new look, be sure to give the knowledgeable staff at ATR a call. Nobody lights up a room like ATR. The only thing better than a cold soda when the weather is hot is an ice-cold dirty soda from the Soda Trough in Richland. You can order their signature Storm and Norman, Route 66, or Back Porch combos, but that's not all. With over 30 different flavors to choose from, the possibilities are endless. The Soda Trough also has breakfast, hot sandwiches, wraps, and dessert options. So next time you're thirsty, drop in or drive through the original Dirty Soda Shop on the corner of Walnut and McClurg in Richland.
At First State Community Bank, we go beyond banking. We're your neighbor and dedicated to strengthening our communities. We build personal relationships, take the time to understand your unique needs, and offer meaningful financial advice to help you achieve your goals. Whether you're saving for your dream home, planning for your child's education, or growing your business, we're here for every step. Because when you succeed, our community thrives. Stop by our Richland location or learn more at fscb.com. First State Community Bank, success starts here. Member FDIC.
The only thing rising faster than summer temperatures.
This week's coverage of the baseball state championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media, Cale Carr, for his support for helping out to do these broadcasts here. And we also want to thank the Licking Booster Club for all their support this year that they give. Please remember to support your local booster club when you get a chance. Some more of our sponsors that we'd like to thank specifically is Progressive Ozark Bank of Licking and Town and Country Bank of Licking, both members FDIC, equals housing home lenders. Again, thank you for all your support for bringing coverage of Licking Wildcat baseball. And also all the other sponsors this year in the Licking community. Again, thank you for all your support. It has been a pleasure. Good luck, Wildcats.
All right, welcome everybody. Third place game here in the Class 3 state tournament is the Licking Wildcats and the Scott City Rams here today fighting for that third place finish. One of these teams will go home a winner and one will not. Scott City Rams 34-2 after yesterday's loss in the semifinal round to Deshin, which, however you say it, Deshin, I'm pretty sure is what they told me. Anyway, so the Pioneers advance to the final championship game along with the Blair Oaks Falcons, who 10-0'd the Licking Wildcats in last night's semifinal round. Not the best showing of the year for the Licking Wildcats, but today is a new day, as I made sure to tell all of them when I ran into them at the gas station before the game. Tomorrow is over. Today's a new day, new game, and a chance to take home that third place trophy. Just take a deep breath, forget yesterday ever happened, and get on with what you got going today. What we got going today is going to be a good matchup. Carson Walker going to step in, a .422 hitter for the Licking Wildcat. Winds picked up a little bit today. Nice breeze. Feels good here under the canopy. Scott City in their Savannah Banana-esque uniforms here. Yellow with blue lettering. That one going to catch the outside part of the plate. 2-1 now. This one hit out into Walker to start it off for the Wildcats. And that'll bring up Easton Stoops, the second baseman, with a runner on first. The pitcher on the mound here is Lane Miller, right-handed junior. 9-0, 47 in the third innings pitched. 1.18 ERA, 65 strikeouts to 23 walks for the junior pitcher. It'll be Easton Stoops here. And tries to bunt this one. It'll go foul for strike one. And Licking going back to their small ball game that got them here. So that'll be strike one. Walker gets a good lead. This one hit out towards right center, and it is caught by the second baseman. Over the shoulder catch there by Trey Barrett will retire Stoops for the first out of the inning. Walker heads back to first base. That'll bring up Jason Ingram, number 3 hitter and catcher for the Wildcats. So Ingram will step in here with 1 on and 1 out. Looking to move Carson Walker around. Walker has enough speed that they may give him a chance to steal a base here. There's a pickoff move from Miller. 8-0 loss to Deshin got Scott City here in the third place game. 10-0 loss to the Blair Oaks Falcons is what got Licking here in the third place game. Another pickoff move, not in time. Miller sets and fires. This one going to catch the outside part of the plate for strike one on Ingram. Ingram hits a ton. Didn't fare so well last evening as he flew out to center and right. So he's due. That one will bounce off the turf. Evens the count here at 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 1 is the loneliest number you'll ever know, according to Three Dog Night, as this one is hit hard down the third base line, just foul. Cole Roark there, the coach in the box outside of the foul line, showing off the skills and making the catch barehanded on that grounder to take the count here to 1-2. You know, 2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. 1-2 on the way. This one lined over to the shortstop. He hard hop, picked up the second for 1, over to first, got the other, and a double play gets Scott City out of the inning here. Unscathed, 1 hit and not much else as Ingram grounds into a 6-4-3 double play to end it. In the top of the first, we head to the bottom of the first. It'll be the leadoff hitters due up for the Scott City Rams. Rams 34-2 now. They came into the tournament 34-1. Their only loss on the season was to Sykeston, a 13-5 defeat. But other than that, they rolled from March 28th all the way until this week. They have won time and time again. They also won in extras to make it here, same as the Licking Wildcats. It's going to be Trent Wood on the mound here for the Wildcats. Trent is 5-2, 39 2/3 innings pitched, 1.59 ERA, 33 strikeouts to 20 walks. For what I've seen of the Wildcats, Wood has been the most consistent pitcher. He throws strikes, he makes them put the ball in play, and lets his defense do their job. Unfortunately for him, the Scott City's team batting average is .421. There's not a single... Oh, there is the number 9 hitter who hits under 300. Everybody else, 3s and 4s across the board for the starters here for the Scott City Rams. So if you guys have seen the Savannah Bananas uniform, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's all bright yellow with blue lettering here for the Scott City Rams, but their helmets are my favorite ones of the entire tournament. They look like vintage St. Louis Rams helmets. Think like 1960s Merlin Olsen, Roman Gabriel type LA Rams helmets. Even into the 90s, the greatest show on turf, in the early 2000s before they did their rebrand. It's that kind of Rams helmet, and I love it. I can't get enough of it. So it'll be the leadoff hitter here, Lane Miller, the pitcher, leading it off for the Scott City Rams. He is a .505 hitter during the regular season. Trent Wood steps on. Umpire says play ball, and he wastes no time firing that first one in there. Ball just on the inside part of the plate, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. That one just outside, 2-0. The 2-0 on the way from Wood. That one, a breaking ball, going to stay just in, 3-0. Wood working quickly here, the 3-0 right down central. 3-1 now on the leadoff hitter, Lane Miller. The 3-1 on the way. In there, called strike 2. And a full count here on the leadoff hitter, Lane Miller. Wood kicks and fires the payoff pitch. That one going to stay up high around the head area, and that will walk Miller. That'll be the first base runner of the ball game here for the Rams, and that'll bring up Evan Boswell, the center fielder. Boswell's hitting .486 for the Rams on the season. Trying to shield that away from the wind as much as we can here. That one popped up into right field. Settling underneath it and making the catch is Parker Huff for the first out. And Miller will stay put at first base as Boswell pops out to right field. And that'll bring up Caden Lowry, the shortstop, for the Scott City Rams. 358 hitter. It's just killer after killer in this lineup here for the Scott City squad. Trent Wood really going to have to buckle down here and try to limit the damage. That one going to be up high, 1-0. Miller getting a pretty good lead over there at first. Wood kicks and fires this one. It is hit foul down the third base line. And Scott City's coach not showing off the hands on that one. He made a business decision and got out of the way of it. And that'll make it 1-1 here, with one out and one on for Caden Lowry. That one going to get just low. Now 2-1 here as Wood falls behind in the count to the number 3 hitter for the Rams. This one hit hard down third base. Buckner can't field it cleanly, but he picks it up over to first in time for the out. What a bang-bang play. And that'll get Caden Lowry on the 5-3 as Miller moves up to second base here for the Rams. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Leighton Handback. This will be the catcher for the Scott City Rams here, hitting .465 for the regular season. Highest batting average in the tournament from what I've seen. For the entire team, I should say. And Lane Miller with a .505 average is the highest individual average I've seen. Your leadoff hitter is typically your best contact hitter and your fastest kid, with a combination of the both being the key. This one, a breaking ball hit weakly down the first base line, evens the count at 1-1. So now 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on second for the Scott City Rams. Lane Wood checks on the runner. Trent Wood checks on Lane Miller. This one to short. Carson Walker with a sliding grab over to first in time. And we head to the second inning, scoreless. Here in the third place game, it'll be Licking's 4, 5, 6 hitters due up when we return after this.
At First State Community Bank, we go beyond banking. We're your neighbor and dedicated to strengthening our communities. We build personal relationships, take the time to understand your unique needs, and offer meaningful financial advice to help you achieve your goals. Whether you're saving for your dream home, planning for your child's education, or growing your business, we're here for every step. Because when you succeed, our community thrives. Stop by our Richland location or learn more at fscb.com. First State Community Bank, success starts here. Member FDIC.
Spring cleaning is just around the corner, and your honey-do list won't be the only thing piling up. So when it's time to clean out the garage or renovate your property, you'll need a roll-off dumpster from Dump It Disposal. Dump It Disposal is a family-owned business right in the heart of Pulaski County. With 10 and 20-yard dumpsters for rent, as well as weekly residential pickup starting at just $22 a month, Dump It Disposal has what you need. So give them a call or go online to dumpitdisposal.com and reserve yours today. Are you fed up with the limited selection and high prices at the big box stores? Have you grown weary of paying a premium for steaks that don't meet your expectations? Then it's time you see Chris, Todd, and Ira at Three Brothers Meat Company. Three Brothers is your local family-owned butcher shop where you'll find top-quality meats at fair market prices. From chicken, beef, pork, and fish to even something like ostrich or alligator, they've got it all. Plus, with a wide variety of sides, sauces, and spices, and even catering, they are your one-stop shop. Three Brothers Meat Company. Great meat, great service, great people. All right, we're back with you here. Quick 1-2-3 inning there. Or excuse me, a walk in a 1-2-3 inning for the Wildcats. Keeps it scoreless here as we head to the top of the second. It'll be Conway 80, Logan Buckner, Jet Sullins up for the Wildcats. Lane Miller throws it to the catcher. Catcher throws it down to second base, and we are ready to go here. Little encouragement from his teammates as we start the top of the second. Now that the music's been turned down, we can kick this mic back on. We do not own the rights to any of the music played in the background, nor do I have any control about how loud or when it plays, so don't give me a hard time, YouTube. Thanks. And that one up high to 80, 1-0. The 1-0 on the way. That one low, 2-0. Conway 80's hitting .340 on the regular season for the Licking Wildcats. Hitless last night, 2 groundouts to short and third. That one going to catch the outside part of the plate, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on the way here from Miller. That one just a touch outside, 3-1. So the 3-1 on the way here from Lane Miller. Kicks and fires. That one going to catch the outside part of the plate again, 3-2. He's got that nice tail and 2-seamers just breaking back over the outside part of the plate to get those strike calls. So 80 going to have to protect here in a full count. And that one fouled away out into the bullpen in right field. And almost takes out the athletic trainer in the Mercy tent over there. Who better than to get hit by a foul ball than the guy who has all the ice packs? So we'll redo the payoff pitch here one more time. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs for Conway 80, the leadoff hitter here in the top of the second. That one a breaking ball, fouled away, back into the net. Those Scott City fans over there should be very vigilant, because that net only extends to the near end of the dugout, and somebody caught one in the shoulder yesterday, as that one is a ball low and away to put 80 on first base here with nobody out for Logan Buckner, a .311 hitter for the Licking Wildcats. And this game very well could come down to who scores the first run. You get the big Mo on your side, and the world is your oyster. So the first pitch here to Buckner. He smacks foul back towards the concession stand. And he'll bang off the bleachers and back down into the stadium seating. So the 0-1 on the way. That one off speed just inside. Makes it 1-1 here. One ball, 1 strike. Pick off over to first. Not in time. 80 back safely. One ball, 1 strike. Miller gets the sign here from handback and fires. That one going to catch the outside part of the plate. 1-2 now on Buckner. Coach Roark is relaying the signs over there to first base. And I bet we see Ingram or 80 take off to second here on the pitch. He gets a good jump, but not good enough to stop the first baseman from making the play here as Buckner grounds out to first. So the U3 will advance Conway and get the first out of the inning as Buckner is retired. And Jet Sullins will be up to the bat for the first time today. So Sullins will step in with a runner in scoring position. Beatty getting a decent lead, getting shaded over there by both the second baseman and the shortstop. Miller fires here to Sullins. That one going to catch the outside part of the plate for strike one. So the 0-1 on the way here from Miller. Still looking at 80 over there on second. That one just low, 1-1 evens the count here on Sullins. Trent Wood on deck here for the Licking Wildcats. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. Miller fires, swing and a miss there. Got Sullins to bite. 1-2. We'll see if he goes with that inside breaking ball once again here to try to retire Sullins, or if he's going to go to that outside two-seamer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Went for the outside two-seamer, and he swings and misses for strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Trent Wood on the mound today. .291 hitter for the Licking Wildcats in the regular season. And had one of the 2 hits last night in the 5th inning. That one gonna run outside, 1-0. A 1-0 pitch from Miller on the way. This one hit in between short and third. They're gonna hold Conway 80 at third base. Not willing to test the arm of Caden Graff out there in left field. And that is a 2-out single for Trent Wood to put runners on the corners for the Wildcats. So that'll bring Parker Huff to the plate, left-handed hitter. Out in right field today. Pitched a majority of the game last night in relief, along with Isaac Running Horse and Logan Buckner, who each pitched. Running Horse only managed a third of an inning. They're trying to get the outfield to play in. So runners on the corners. The first pitch into Huff is a strike at the knees for the first strike. Miller checking on the runner over there at first. Wood getting a safe but good lead. That one going to run low, 1-1 here. Not a bad day for some baseball. A little hot out in the sun, but where I'm at, it's real nice. Nice breeze. 1-1 on the way. That one just high at the letters. 2-1. It's been a championship strike zone all week long, and it hasn't changed here today. Not much leeway, up, down, in, or out. The 2-1. That one catch the outside part of the strike zone, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Deuces wild here in the top of the second. Miller kicks and fires the 2-strike delivery. That one going to be up high, and we'll go to a payoff pitch here. Runner should be going on the pitch here. Full count, 2 outs. Miller comes set and fires the payoff pitch in the dirt low. And 80 will go down to second base, and that'll load the bases here for Isaac Rennie. Rennie playing left field today. Didn't fare so well last night in right field, so they switched him around today. And he will step up. He's a .232 hitter for the Wildcats. And a chance for the senior to be a hero here and put the first run up on the board with some solid contact. Miller kicks and fires. That one up high, 1-0. Miller had 23 walks in the regular season. He's now got 2 in the ball game in this inning. That one runs low, 2-0. Rennie very disciplined at the plate. Or at least he is today. As that one was a good chase pitch, the 2-0. That one will catch the bottom half of the zone, 2-1. Rennie has drawn 17 walks on the season for the Licking Wildcats. 2-1 on the way. That one popped up and out of play, 2-2 the count. And now with 2 strikes, Isaac will have to swing and protect anything close with the leadoff hitter Carson Walker on deck. Be a good person to have up with the bases loaded here in the third place game. Miller kicks and fires. And a breaking ball in there, strike 3 looking, as Miller will sit Rennie down for his second strikeout of the ball game. First of the ball game for Rennie. And that takes us to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here, as Scout City strands the bases loaded on the Wildcats. We'll be back with you in just a moment after this.
This week's coverage of the Baseball State Championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media, Cale Carr, for his support for helping out to do these broadcasts here. And we also want to thank the Licking Booster Club for all their support this year that they give. Please remember to support your local booster club when you get a chance. Some more of our sponsors that we'd like to thank specifically is Progressive Ozark Bank of Licking and Town and Country Bank of Licking, both members FDIC, equals housing home lenders. Again, thank you for all your support for bringing coverage of Licking Wildcat baseball. And also all the other sponsors this year in the Licking community. Again, thank you for all your support. It has been a pleasure. Good luck, Wildcats.
All right, we're back with you. This will be the number 5 hitter, Braden Walton, 495 hitter. Check swing on the first pitch there for ball 1. That was a good chase pitch, little off-speed pitch in the bottom part of the zone. This one, a fastball fouled away. Almost barehanded by Coach over there down the first base line, but not to be. It'll skip over into the fence by the bullpen. And even the count here at 1-1. That one, we're going to get low, 2-1. Doing their Little John impression here. Braden Walton hitting 495, playing third base today. Slaps this one out into right field. If it's fair, it should be caught. And just out of reach of the right fielder, Parker Huff. It will be foul. Now 2-2 here. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here on the number 5 hitter. Wood gets the sign from Ingram, kicks and fires the 2-2. This one hit out towards center. Sullins going to play conservatively and let it bounce in front of him, something they didn't do last night. So the Wildcats have learned from their mistakes, and that's a single for the leadoff hitter here, Braden Walton. So that'll bring up Jackson Gloth, or Gloth. I'm not sure which. I believe it's Gloth. Gloth playing... Oh, Braden Walton is the right fielder. Excuse me, guys. Gloth is the third baseman. He bunts this one down the first baseline. Diving to try to make the play is Wood, but it'll get foul. 0-1. Unsuccessful sack bunt there. And I got a feeling that won't be the last one they try here. Just trying to place the small ball, get a runner in scoring position, and get on the board. Like I said, beginning of the game, I think whoever gets on the board first will have the big momentum on their side for the remainder of the game here. Wood kicks and fires. That one just outside, 1-1. Just a bit outside, tried the corner and missed. There's our obligatory Bob Uecker reference for the game. 1 ball, 1 strike, kicks and fires. That one fouled away. I can't tell you how much I love the helmets of the Scott City Rams. They do look exactly like the vintage NFL helmets for the St. Louis Rams back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. So many good players wore that helmet. And I'm not a Rams fan or anything, but it's been a good 50 or so years, 60 years for the Rams organization. And they just acquired Myles Garrett yesterday to make it even better. As the wind is trying to take our canopy with it, the 1-2 just outside, 2-2. It's a good thing that zip ties are trustworthy. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the wind picks up even more here. That one oh, I don't even know where that was. It looked like it was almost right down the middle. Must have been just a touch in or a touch low. Hard to tell from where I'm at. So it'll be a full count delivery here from Trent Wood. 1 on, nobody out. Almost got him with the off speed. He manages to get a chunk of it and fouls it down into the turf. So we'll have a payoff pitch here once again. 1 on, nobody out for the number 6 hitter, Jackson Gloth. 351 hitter. Wood goes back to the heater. This one stroked out the center. Sullins will make the catch for the first out. And that'll keep Walton over there at first. That'd be an F8 in the scorebook if you're keeping score at home, which of course you're not. But if you want to, there you are. And that'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Tyson Proctor, playing first base. Right-handed hitter hitting 355 for the Scott City Rams. That's only the second hit allowed here. Or no, that's the first base hit allowed by Wood. This one hit the short. Walker on his knees, flips it to second, over to first for the double play. 6-4-3 double play as Proctor grounds into a double play to end the inning. 6-4-3, and we head to the top of the third. Still scoreless here between Scott City and Licking. We'll be back with you here in just a moment. After this
week's coverage of the baseball state championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media, Cale Carr, for his support for helping out to do these broadcasts here. And we also want to thank the Licking Booster Club for all their support this year that they give. Please remember to support your local booster club when you get a chance. Some more of our sponsors that we'd like to thank specifically is Progressive Ozark Bank of Licking and Town and Country Bank of Licking, both members FDIC, equals housing home lenders. Again, thank you for all your support for bringing coverage of Licking Wildcat baseball. And also all the other sponsors this year in the Licking community. Again, thank you for all your support. It has been a pleasure. Good luck, Wildcats.
All right, we got some housekeeping to do here, so we'll get our PSA out of the way as soon as I find it here. It should be the leadoff part of the order for the Licking Wildcats. There we go. Role models matter now more than ever, and you have the power to be one. When you show good sportsmanship at high school events, you set an example of character, respect, and integrity. Good sports help preserve the tradition of high school athletics and build community pride. So lead by example and be a good sport. This message is brought to you by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and your friends at Better Call Ball and Allen Hilliard Sports. So the first pitch to the leadoff hitter for the Licking Wildcats, which is their leadoff hitter, Carson Walker, is low for a ball. That one in there, going to catch the outside part of the plate to even it up at 1-1. Walker hit a single to lead things off. He's got one of the two hits for Licking on the day. The other one belonging to Trent Wood. The 1-1 will be low, 2-1. So this is going much better than yesterday's games for both teams, as Duchesne beat Scott City 8-0, and Blair Oaks beat Licking 10-0 to advance to the Class 3 championship, which we'll have following this game. We'll go off air for just a little while. We'll be back with the beginning of that game after this one concludes. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one up high. 3-1. So be sure to hit the subscribe button on whatever channel it is that you're watching on, either Allen Hilliard Sports or Better Call Mo Ball, so you don't miss the championship round here. Should be a humdinger of a game as that one gets inside and walks Carson Walker. So Carson has got on base both times today, which is what your leadoff hitter is supposed to do. That'll bring up Easton Stoops, who flew out to second base in his first at bat. So Stoops will step in here, looking for his first hit of the game, or at least the first walk. The second baseman shading over at second base. Walker going to have to hurry up and go back, and he's going to get doubled up at first base. Yep. Took an extra throw, so instead of the 9-3, it's going to be 9-1-3. So that is a double play for 2 outs, wiping both base runners away. Carson Walker didn't get the memo to return. So F9 and then a 9-1-3 put out to erase Walker off the base pass. And now it's quickly 2 outs here in the inning as Jason Ingram steps in. First pitch to him right down central for strike 1. Now the 0-1 on the way. That one in the dirt. Evens it up here at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Miller fires the 1-1. That one going to run outside, 2-1. Conway 80 on deck here. Grounded into, or walked and was stranded on base in the second inning. Ingram grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in his first at bat. That one fouled away to make it 2-2. Miller looks in for the sign here, kicks and fires the 2-strike delivery. This one hit well out into center, and it will be caught. Evan Boswell makes the 3rd out of the inning, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd here. Still scoreless between Scott City and the Licking Wildcats. I'll be back with you in just a moment after this. For 125 years, the Marys County Bank has been dedicated to serving Pulaski County and the surrounding communities. We have friendly in-house services for your auto, ag, home, business, and personal banking needs. With 11 locations including Richland and St. Robert, the Marys County Bank is a convenient way to manage your finances. Come see a friendly face today at any of our 11 locations and let our knowledgeable staff serve your needs. The Marys County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. When disaster strikes, every second matters. Water, fire, mold, and storm damage or trauma cleanup can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to face it alone. At U.S. Disaster Restoration, our certified restoration experts are on call 24/7, arriving fast to protect what matters most. From cleanup to complete rebuild, we restore your home or property and your peace of mind. If you need help fast, give us a call. At U.S. Disaster Restoration, we master any disaster. Taxes. The dreaded yearly chore made up of vague legal terms and stress. But with a preparation done by Tax Made Easy, you'll have nothing to worry about. The professionals at Tax Made Easy do your tax returns like it's their own, searching for every available option to make sure that you are getting the most out of your tax return. So take the stress out of taxes and contact the ladies at Tax Made Easy for your future tax planning needs. Located at 836 VFW Memorial Drive in St. Robert. All right, it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters due up here. Caden Graff, the left fielder, stepping in. Takes the first pitch in there for strike one. Hits this one over towards short. Walker, another sliding grab over to first. Sliding in head first safely is Caden Graff. Great play by Carson Walker, but a slide got him in there by a fingernail. And he is on safely for the first base runner of the inning in the second hit of the ball game for Scott City. So that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Trey Barrett, the only hitter in the lineup hitting below 300. He plays second base, so he must be a pretty good hitter as a freshman here. He's a switch hitter. The only freshman on the squad for the Scott City Rams here. The other seniors on the board are Jackson Gloth and Evan Boswell, along with Leighton Handback. First pitch in there was a strike. This one bunted down the first base line, foul for strike 2. And Barrett is fast. He almost was already to first base by the time that Trent Wood, the pitcher, touched the ball in foul territory. So Trey Barrett going to have to swing away here now with 0-2, unless they are just supremely confident in his bunting ability. Runner on first, 0-2 count. Wood checks on the runner and fires. This one just outside, 1-2, trying to get Barrett to chase, and he would not. The 0-2 from Wood, kicks and fires. This one just on the outside part of the plate again, 2-2. They're trying to get him to push it to the left side of the infield to start a double play, and he is not biting. This is a freshman-heavy squad, so this team is young. They could be back again when we return here next year. So the 2-2, there goes the runner. Ingram down to second. Walker with the catch on the tag. He is out. They caught him. Caden Graff caught stealing for the first out. What a throw by Jason Ingram, and what a sliding tag by Carson Walker to get that one. And it's now a full count here on the number 9 hitter, Barrett. This one just low will walk him, put him on first base. So Barrett goes down to first on ball 4, and that'll bring up the leadoff hitter here, Lane Miller, who walked and was stranded on second base back in the first inning. I always say Ingram is one of the better catchers in mid-Missouri, if not the state, and that throw and tag sequence right there makes him look even better than I can describe. It was right on the money, right where it needed to be. Pick off over to first, nothing doing there. Ady will throw it right back to Wood, and Miller steps in. Wood gets the sign here from Ingram. That one low, 1-0. So 1 on, 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. Wood checks on the runner and fires. This one a breaking ball, going to get in there on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Evens the count here at 1-1. And I believe they've been given the steal sign here to Barrett because the coach looked exasperated over there on third base. That one popped up, going to be out of play into the bullpen. As 80, Stoops, and Huff all arrive at the border fence there at about the same time. And that'll make it a 1-2 count here on Lane Miller, the leadoff hitter for the Rams. So now 1-2 with one on, one out. Wood gets the sign here from Ingram. Kicks and fires. This one popped up right side of the field. They'll have a chance at it as it hits just foul and just inside the bullpen fence. A little better jump by Parker Huff, and he might have snagged that one for the second out, but it will return to the plate here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Miller. Miller doing a good job of fighting off these close pitches. So they'll pick off over to first, not in time to get Barrett, but keeps him close to the bag. Trying to prevent that hit and run. Wood, the 1-2 delivery, fires. This one just outside, 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Checking on that runner over there at first base. Wood kicks and fires the 2-2. That one a breaking ball, hammered out into left. It's going to get down fair. Rennie will scoop it up and off to the cutoff man. And that's a base hit to put 2 on with only 1 out here for the Scott City Rams as Miller comes through with a base knock. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Evan Boswell, who flew out to right field in his first at bat back in the first inning. 1 out, 2 on. Wood kicks and fires. This one hit out in the center. Sullins ain't going to get to it in time. They're going to have to throw it home here. Cut off by 80 to the plate, not in time, and Scott City on the board first with an RBI single. Good piece of hitting there by Boswell to drive one in. So Lane Miller hit to second as Barrett scores from second to take the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that'll bring up Caden Lowry, the shortstop. Grounded out to the 3rd baseman in his first at bat. The first pitch into him is a ball, 1-0. That one tipped for a foul ball back into the glove of Ingram, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Wood checks on the runner and fires the 1-1. That one swung on and missed. Now 1-2 here on the number 3 hitter, Caden Lowry. So 1-2. Wood fires the 2-strike delivery off speed, going to be just outside, evens the count here at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Wood checks on the runner over there at second, Miller. Kicks and fires. That one, strike 3 looking. Will retire. Caden Lowry. Excuse me, sir, can I help you with anything? No, thank you, just looking. And now 2 outs in the inning and 2 on for the cleanup hitter and catcher, Leighton Handback. Grounded out to short in his first at bat back in the first inning. Wood kicks and fires. That one just low, 1-0. That was a good pitch and a good location. Just a hair out of the zone. For ball one. The 1-0 on the way. Breaking ball. 1-1 in there for a strike. So now 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Wood checks on Miller over at second. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 here on Leighton Handback. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Wood kicks and fires. That one going to stay high, and now deuces wild again here in the bottom of the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 4. Leighton Handback here. Wood checks on the runners again here. Fires that breaking ball. That one will stay up and run the count full. And Wood going to have to dig deep. Payoff pitch coming. Wood kicks and fires the payoff pitch. That breaking ball again fouled away down the third base line. And we'll do it again here. So the runners will return. Wood will step on. Into the box goes Handback. Wood getting the sign from Ingram. Checks on that runner a good while. Kicks and fires. Runners are off. This one fouled over towards the first base side. It will get out of play into the stadium seating. We'll do it one more time here on the payoff pitch. Good battle here by Leighton Handback. Keep the inning alive. So Wood gets the sign from Ingram once again. Handback nice and relaxed in the box there. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one fouled back and away. And just payoff pitch after payoff pitch here for Trent Wood. Somebody had to run some balls in here to the umpires. We fouled them all out of play. So here's the 3-2 once again. This has been a long at bat. I think it's been 7 or 8 pitches. Wood kicks and fires. That one, strike 3, looking, got him. Handback thought he drew the walk. But that is 2 straight strikeouts looking to end the inning. It takes us to the top of the 4th here. Scott City puts one on the board, and they lead 1-0. Be back in just a moment with you after this. The Bank of Iberia first opened its doors in 1899 and has been tirelessly serving the Miller, Pulaski, and surrounding counties ever since. You don't stay in business that long without knowing a thing or two about taking care of your neighbors. With branches in Iberia and Waynesville, they offer checking, savings, loans, and the friendly customer service that you've come to expect from your hometown bank. So roll on over to Rocktown or wheel into Waynesville and find out what the Bank of Iberia can do for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Nothing says a ball game like hot dogs and popcorn, but after the game, it's time to slide on into Lou's Place in Richland. Lou's has a mouth-watering burger and crispy hand-cut fries, as well as wraps, wings, and many other things, so every trip to your plate is a home run. Featuring trivia and tacos every Tuesday, as well as karaoke and weekly specials, there's always something new going on at Lou's. So here's your sign to swing on by Lou's Place, 700 West Washington in Richland. Hunting is a heritage in the Bean Creek family, and we want to share it with your family too. With over 80 years of combined experience out in the woods, we know there is nothing more exciting than a successful hunt. So Bean Creek makes high-quality mouth and friction calls that will drive those long beards wild, as well as grunt calls and scents that will bring those trophy bucks a running. So before you hit the woods this season, hike on over to our website at BeanCreekGameCalls.com and order the best game calls that the Ozarks has to offer. All right, welcome back. It'll be the 4-5-6 hitters due up for the Licking Wildcats. Conway 80, Logan Buckner, Jet Sullins up to the dish. Trailing 1-0 here. Scott said he played at 1 in the bottom of the third. Looks to be the same pitcher out here, Lane Miller. I'd imagine they'll stick with him. Miller's 9-0, 47 and a third innings pitched, 1.18 ERA, 65 strikeouts, 23 walks coming in today. He's added 2 more strikeouts to that total, as well as 3 more walks. So now it's 68 strikeouts and 26 walks. And this will be Conway 80 stepping in here. 80 walked and was stranded on base back in the second. He's a .340 hitter for the Wildcats. First pitch he sees is up high, 1-0. Don't forget to stick around for the championship game here. Blair Oaks and Deschênes taking on each other to see who goes home with the hardware. That one fouled away. Evens the count here, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1-1 on the way here from Miller. Little slide step there. That one going to stay inside. 2-1. Good eye there by Conway. Who I'm still trying to talk into having a Conway Twitty song as his walk-up song in home games. Haven't quite got there yet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miller kicks and fires the 2-2. That one fouled away. Still going to be 2-2. So Eddie will step back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miller kicks and fires. That one in the dirt. And that gets away from the catcher. Handback. And it's a full count here on Conway 80. Leadoff hitter in the inning, and number 4 hitter for the Wildcats. Payoff pitch. Outside, and he draws his second walk of the ball game here. And that'll bring up Logan Buckner, who grounded out to second in his first at bat in the second inning. Buckner, the third baseman, hits .311 for the Wildcats for the regular season. First pitch to him is fouled away back into the net, 0-1. Jet Sullins being Johnny on the spot and grabbing that foul ball. 80 getting a decent lead over there at first. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 here on Buckner. Coach Roark relaying some signs here. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see 80 take off for second. Gets a good jump, but does not go. That one will hit Buckner. Oh, it'll be a foul ball off the knob of the bat. Thought it hit him in the hands. So he'll go back to the batter's box, and 80 will head back to the first base side, or first base bag. After the foul ball. Still 0-2 here. Miller sets and fires. That one going to run low, 1-2 now. Miller's got a little slide step on his delivery with somebody on base there. Kind of deters base runners unless they're supremely confident in their speed and jump. This one hit the third. 80's going to beat it out to second, so no double play here, but Buckner will be out at first. on the 5-3. And that'll bring up Jet Sullins here, the center fielder for the Licking Wildcats. Buckner heads back to the dugout here with one out and one on for Jet Sullins. Jet hits .295, struck out swinging in his first at bat. They gave Jet the right name, though. He is speedy. Miller checks on 80 back there at second base. Fires. This one popped up and out of play down the third base line, and it will get well out of here for strike one on Jet Sullins. Miller checks on 80 once again and fires the 0-1. Swing and a miss there, 0-2. Sullins trying to put that thing over the Harry Cooper sign out in left center. Pulled his head at the last second there and just swung right through the 0-2 on the way. Miller kicks and fires. That breaking ball's going to run outside, 1-2. Both teams showing good discipline at the plate today. Not a lot of swing and misses on chase pitches here. As it clicks over to the 5 o'clock hour here at the ball game. Just an hour in. Top of the fourth. This one hit hard down the third base line. Foul. Sullins putting up a good battle here at the plate. And this game very well may come down to whoever can run the starting pitcher off first. I don't know the pitch count for these two yet, but I'll check on that here in a little bit. So 1-2 here on Sullins as Miller gets a new ball in. That last one hit the fence pretty hard. They had to check it for scuff marks and what have you. So a runner on second here, 1-2 count, one out. Miller checks on 80, fires. Sullins swings and a miss, but it gets away from the catcher. 80 down to third, and safe at first is Jet Sullins. And I bet he didn't stay there very long. So he did strike out, but they have to complete the play. They cannot do it as it bounced off the turf and back into the backstop. And now runners on the corners for the Wildcats. And that'll bring up Trent Wood, who had the second hit of the ball game. He's got one of the two. Hit a single back in the second inning. The Wildcats stranded the bases loaded back in the second. Miller kicks and fires. And that one's going to be in there, strike one, as Wood showed bunt. Trying to squeeze the runner home from third. A good bunt down the first base line should do it. Or even down the third base line. Miller pitches this one. Breaking ball in at the letters, 0-2. And now Wood getting the signal to swing away here from Coach Roark. Honestly surprised Jet Sullins still at first base. That one's going to run outside, 1-2. Guess the paramedics sitting behind us got tired of listening to me as they'll take off somewhere to a new location. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miller checks on the runners here and fires the 1-2. That one hit hard out into left field, and it is caught, but it should be enough for the runner to tag. Conway 80's going to stay at third. If he'd have tagged, it would have tied the ball game here, but he was unsure about the arm of the left fielder, Caden Graff. But Caden did not have a clean transfer. Conway would have scored without a doubt here to tie the ball game. But he'll stay at third base. And Sullins will stay at first. And that'll bring up Parker Huff, who walked back in the second inning. Parker is a 147 hitter, but he did draw 4 walks and has 10 RBIs on the season. He's only played 18 of the 33 games, so a limited sample size there for him. First pitch, hit hard over to short, and he bobbles it, and he will not make the play, and it goes into the dugout. So we'll have runners on the corners again with a tie ball game. Conway 80 scores on the error. Sullins around the third, and Huff stays at first, but a tie ball game. So they're going to give him 2 errors, it seems. Error on the shortstop, probably both on him because it was a bad throw too. So that'll be 2 errors assessed to Caden Lowry, and it's a tie ball game now. First pitch in there to Isaac Rennie is a ball. That one right down the pipe. Strike 1 evens it up here, 1-1 on the number 9 hitter. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. This one swung on and missed. Now 1-2 here with runners on the corners and 2 outs for Isaac Rennie, one of the 2 seniors on the squad, along with Carson Walker. They were on the second place team 2 years ago. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There goes the runners. Strike 3 looking as Rennie goes down for the second time today. So the second strikeout looking takes us to the home half of the 4th inning. But Licking ties it up. We'll see you when we come back from our break here in just a moment. After this. The only thing rising faster than summer temperatures is the cost to cool your home or workspace. Let Deer Duff Insulation help you battle those rising costs with high-quality insulation. Deer Duff offers open and closed cell spray foam as well as bat, fiberglass, and cellulose insulation to fit your needs. Not only does high-quality insulation cut energy costs, but it also helps to protect your home from water damage and mold. For your crawl space or commercial space, agricultural buildings, and anything in between, call Dalton and the crew for your free estimate today. MFA Agri-Services started way back in 1914, and they're still alive and well today. This is because they serve their communities like no one else, offering feed and bedding for pets and livestock, minerals, supplements, veterinary supplies, and so much more. MFA has what you need to keep your farm outstanding in its field. See what we did there? Stop by our location in Richland and see what Wayne and the crew has in stock for you. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 4th inning, tie ball game here. After Conway 80 comes around to score on the 2-error play by Caden Lowry. First pitch from Wood, lined right back to him. Hard grounder, I should say, actually, but that is Braden Walton, who has grounded out to the pitcher to start the inning. So quickly 1 out here. And the Wildcats now showing signs of life here after tying the ball game. That'll bring up Jackson Gloth, the 3rd baseman. Swings and misses at that one, 0-1. The 0-1 on the way. That one just outside, 1-1. Evens the count here. On the number 6 hitter, Jackson Gloth, who hits .351. Flew out to center in his previous at bat, the 1-1. Breaking ball. Strike 2. And Wood's having great success with that little slow curve of his. 1-2 on the way. This one they go back to the fastball, 2-2. Wood is probably I would say the most complete pitcher of the bunch on the Wildcat squad is this one. Swing and a miss on the changeup gets him for strike 3 in the second out of the inning here very quickly. And I'll explain that statement. So Trent does a great job of not only locating his pitches, but he does a great job of mixing up speeds and locations and does not get rattled about very much. So this will bring up Tyson Proctor. And the first pitch into Proctor is a strike. So Trent does a good job of staying composed here and just playing his game. That one swung on and missed 0-2. And quickly down to their last strike of the inning is the Scott City Rams. The 0-2 on the way. Wood lets this one fly, and it's going to go high, 1-2. Very much a purpose pitch. Probably going to go back to that breaking ball. It's been effective in the first 2 batters, and there it is, and it's just low for ball 2 this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on here. Wood kicks and fires the 2-2. That one swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Ingram down to first will complete the play. And a quick 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 4th takes us to the top of the 5th inning with a tie ball game. And that will be a strikeout swinging with a 2-3 put out to end it in the bottom of the 4th. So we head to the top of the 5th. It's still 1-1. Licking and Scott City tied. And before we won't even hear from our sponsors for this inning, I got a little housekeeping to do here. Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, game officials play a vital role in high school sports. These men and women work hard to ensure fairness and integrity. No one gets every call right, but every official deserves respect. So as you enjoy today's game, please be a positive example and respect the officials. This message is brought to you by your friends at Better Call Ball, Allen Hilliard Sports, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. So a 1-1 game here. And like I said earlier, this may very well come down to whoever has to pull their starter first as far as who's going to get the advantage here in the later innings. And don't mind the wind noise. Nothing I can do about that anyway. It'll be the top of the order due up for the Wildcats here. Carson Walker, Easton Stoops, Jason Ingram due up here in the inning. Oh, 0-1. Well, my scoreboard controller's not working, so let's try this. That one in there evens the count here at 1-1. Just have to do it the old-fashioned way, I suppose. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one up high, 2-1. Walker has a single in the first and drew a walk in the third and was doubled up on a fly ball to the outfield. And that one in there for strike 2 evens it up 2-2, and we're going to have a timeout called by Carson Walker. That one in the dirt runs the count full, 3-2. So the payoff pitch here is low, and that'll be a walk, or it hit him. I think it hit him. Either way, Carson Walker's going to first base. Sorry, I'm not more in tune with that, but had people walking around me, and I've got the attention span of a fruit fly. So Walker on first here. This one hit straight back to the pitcher, who takes it over to second for the out with the lead runner. So Carson Walker thrown out on the fielder's choice here, and Stoops is now safe on the fielder's choice. So the sack bunt, fielder's choice. So 1 out and 1 on here for Jason Ingram. Ingram steps in. That one going to run outside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 on the way here. That one going to be in there for strike one. Looked like a good breaking ball. Kind of froze Ingram. Yes, Carson was hit by a pitch. Just confirmed it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ingram hits this one high in the air down the third base line. And it is going to get foul for the second strike of the at-bat here. And that is 86 pitches now for Lane Miller. Trent Wood up to 68. So 1-2 here to Ingram. This one hit high up in the air. It's going to get out of play back here in the crowd. Hits off the top of the press box here. And it'll stay 1-2 with a runner on first. Still a tie ball game here in the top of the 5th. One ball, 2 strikes. Miller fires this one. Ingram knocks it out into the bullpen down the third base line. Still 1-2. So Miller has at most 1 more inning left. And then Scott City will have to head to the bullpen. That one pick off over to first. Nothing doing there. Lowry and Gloth both unavailable for the Scott City Rams as they pitched in the game yesterday versus Duchesne. This one, a breaking ball slammed right up the middle, out of the reach of Lowry at short, and that'll be 2 runners on with 1 out here for Conway 80, who has drawn 2 walks and scored the lone run for the Wildcats. Ingram just got bat on ball and puts 2 runners on here for the number 4 hitter, Conway 80. And we're going to have a pinch runner coming in here for Jason Ingram. I believe number 3 is Logan Kuhn. It is. Freshman. Colin Kuhn out with an injury. Talked about that yesterday. Had a teensy tiny bit of a dirt bike wreck right before district started, and has a broken foot as a result. So unable to participate through the district sectional and quarterfinal run here. But things like that can happen. Can happen to anybody. Maybe he'll think about that next year when it comes down to dirt bikes or districts. That one in high to Conway 80. 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. 80 hits this one hard towards short. It's through into center. And they're going to hold the runners here as the throw comes in from the outfield. It would have got Stoops out if he had attempted to go home. It was there in plenty of time. Good arm out there in center field on Evan Boswell. So now it's bases loaded here. Conway 80 picks up a single. Stoops on third. Logan Kuhn in place of Ingram over on second, and Conway 80 over on first. Brings up Logan Buckner with the bases juiced and just 1 out. A sac fly gives them the lead. This one popped up, foul. It's going to get out of play for the first strike. The background noise, by the way, will cut in and out because the wind keeps picking up. And now it's trying to pick up our canopy along with it. Miller at 92 pitches. So we may see a relief pitcher come in here sooner rather than later for the Scott City Rams. That one is going to hit Buckner, and that will be the go-ahead run coming in. As Licking takes the lead here, 2-1. Stoops crosses the plate for the second run of the ball game. And now bases loaded with just one out once again here for Trent Wood. And Trent Wood would love to get a couple of insurance runs with this at bat. I see two different pitchers warming up over there in the bullpen for Scott City. I can't see their numbers. That one going to catch the outside part of the plate for strike one here on Sullins. Not Trent Wood, it is Sullins. Trent Wood's on deck. So the 0-1 on the way. That one going to catch the outside part of the plate. Same spot, 0-2. Miller kicks and fires the 0-2. This one fouled away into the net to stay alive. Sullins struck out in the fourth and reached base on a drop strike 3. Struck out swinging in the second. Now down 0-2 here. This one just a bit outside, 1-2. Pitch number 97 for Lane Miller. 105 is the limit if you are watching at home and don't already know that. Swing and a miss, got him for the second out. And Sullins goes down swinging for the third time today, but this is the second one that counts. They all count for Lane Miller. He's got 4 strikeouts in the outing today, 5 technically, I guess. So 5 strikeouts in 5 innings here. Bases loaded with 2 outs for Trent Wood, and that one going to be up high. That's pitch number 99 for Lane Miller. So we will have a pitching change either if Wood gets on. That one runs low. Now 2-0 here. So if Wood gets on, we'll probably have a pitching change before we see Parker Huff come to the plate. That one in there for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded here. Lane Miller sets and fires. That one just off the outside part of the plate, now 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. That one outside, and that'll walk him. That'll walk in the third run of the game here. And now we will see a pitching change. That was pitch number 103 for Miller. And Trent Wood has walked to score the third run of the game as Logan Kuhn crosses the plate. So an RBI walk for Buckner. And Wood gives the Wildcats a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 5th. It'll be Parker Huff coming in with the bases loaded when we return after the pitching change here in just a moment.
This week's coverage of the baseball state championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media, Cale Carr, for his support for helping out to do these broadcasts here. And we also want to thank the Licking Booster Club for all their support this year that they give. Please remember to support your local booster club when you get a chance.
Well, they changed their mind here. Miller's going to stay in and finish this at bat. Parker Huff ropes it out into right field. That's going to score at least 2, if not 3. And it's all the way out to the wall. Huff's going to get a triple out of this one. And that'll score 3 runs here to make it 6-1 for the Wildcats. Where is my scoreboard? There it is. So now it is 6-1, and they're going to leave Miller in here too for Isaac Rennie, as Parker Huff has a 3 RBI triple to clear the bases for the Wildcats and give them a 6-1 lead here. In the top of the 5th inning, a 5-run 5th so far, as Isaac Rennie will step in here. He has 2 strikeouts looking on the day, trying to avoid a third. First pitch in there was a ball. This one smacked out into right center, and it is caught. A sliding grab out there by Braden Walton. Gets the third out here in the top of the 5th inning, sends us to the bottom of the 5th, but not before. Licking hangs 5 in the inning. And that'll be the end of the ball game for Lane Miller, at least on the mound, as I know they'll have a pitching change now. But we'll be back with you with the bottom of the 5th inning in just a moment after this.
This week's coverage of the Baseball State Championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media, Cale Carr, for his support for helping out to do these broadcasts here. And we also want to thank the Licking Booster Club for all their support this year that they give. Please remember to support your local booster club when you get a chance. Some more of our sponsors that we'd like to thank specifically is Progressive Ozark Bank of Licking and Town and Country Bank of Licking, both members FDIC, equals housing home lenders. Again, thank you for all your support for bringing coverage of Licking Wildcat baseball. And also all the other sponsors this year in the Licking community. Again, thank you for all your support. It has been a pleasure. Good luck, Wildcats.
All right, so Trent Wood still on the mound here for the Licking Wildcats, now with a 5-run lead as he heads into the bottom of the 5th inning. And this should be Caden Graff stepping in here for the first at bat of the inning. First pitch to him is a ball to make it 1-0 here. The 1-0 pitch on the way, hit right back to the pitcher. Wood picks it up over to first for the out. So quickly, 1 out in the inning. Wood only at 70 pitches. So Wood could very well finish out the ball game here if he's efficient. As Graff is retired on the 1-3 put out. That'll bring up Trey Barrett, the freshman. Walked and scored back in the 3rd inning. The only run scored by the Scott City Rams so far in the ball game. First pitch in there was a ball. That nice little curveball, sneaking in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. This one hit down the first base line. Conway 80 will grab it and tag it for the 2nd out of the inning. So he'll grab and back for out number 2 here as Barrett is retired on the U3. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Lane Miller. I don't know if he's going to stay in the game, or I don't know who we got coming in yet for Scott City, but I do know that that was the last pitch we'd see Miller throw today. First one in there, ball 1. Wood, the 1-0. That one hit foul out into the bullpen, and luckily hits off the building and not off a child. So Lowry unavailable. Walton, I believe, unavailable. Or no, Walton is available, so I'd say we'll see him come in for the Scott City Rams. It also could be Tyson Proctor or Deacon Ledier. That one fouled away again, 1-2 here. Wood taking his sweet time, and Miller will take a timeout. Miller's 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a single. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wood kicks and fires. That one up high. 2-1. Nope, 2-2. My apologies. Again, easily distracted human here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one roped out into left. That's going to get down for a base knock. It hits right at the foul line. It is fair. Rennie, the relay throw into second, not in time. And Miller slides through the bag and takes Easton Stoops with him. Not on purpose, not malicious. But that's the second hit of the ball game now for Lane Miller as he's on second base with just 1 out, or just 2 outs. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Evan Boswell, who wears number 2, plays center field. He's also 1 for 2 on the day with a RBI single that drove in Trey Barrett back in the 3rd. So it'll be runner on second with 1 or 2 outs for the center fielder Boswell as he steps in here. Wood checks on the runner at second. Kicks and fires. This one popped up. Sullins drifting in from center. Will squeeze it for the 3rd out of the inning. And we head to the top of the 6th, and we'll have a new pitcher on the mound here for the Scott City Rams when we return in the top of the 6th inning after this. It's a fact of life that even the most reliable equipment occasionally will break down. When that happens, Farm to Fun Mechanical can fix it fast. Trucks, tractors, ATVs, big or small, Farm to Fun can fix it all. No need to worry about paying a tow truck either, because they will come to you. For fast, reliable, and honest service, call Farm to Fun Mechanical, 573-286-8999, and tell them that Kale sent you. April showers bring May flowers, and they will soon bring sweltering summer heat. Before your HVAC system starts working overtime, there is no better time to call Josh at Vail Mechanical to inspect, repair, or maintain your home's HVAC system. Maybe it's time to update that old unit for a new efficient model? Vail can do that too with a high-quality ream replacement done right the first time. Don't wait until it breaks. Make your appointment today and trust Vail Mechanical with your HVAC system. 573-286-8136. ATR in Richland has been in the bulb business since 1984, and they're not done yet. While ATR specializes in industrial, wholesale, and specialty bulbs from manufacturers such as Sylvania, General Electric, and Philips, they also have a retail counter for residential bulbs and fixtures at a fraction of the cost of a big box store. So whether you need to replace one hard-to-find bulb or you get the bright idea for a whole new look, be sure to give the knowledgeable staff at ATR a call. Nobody lights up a room like ATR. All right. The new pitcher is Braden Walton. And his first pitch into the leadoff hitter in the inning, Carson Walker, is a ball. Walker attempts a bunt. Nothing doing there. Evens the count here at 1 ball, 1 strike. If this is your first time listening to us, be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Looks like I got 34 on my channel. I don't know how many we have on the Allen Hilliard channel, but no matter where you're at, go ahead and drop us a comment. Let us know how it's going here on the broadcast. And make sure you hit subscribe on the way out. We'll have the championship game for Class 3 coming up with Blair Oaks and Deshin. Right after this one, as Walker smashes this one foul down the first base line. It'll get over into the bullpen along with the Mercy trainer. They'll throw it back in here. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Carson Walker. Walton kicks and fires this one down the third base line, just foul. Stay 1-2. Braden Walton is 6'5". He's a junior. He's pitched in, well, I don't know how many games he's pitched in, but he's 4-0 on the season. He's allowed 7 earned runs, 25 and a third innings, 1.93 ERA, 40 strikeouts to 19 walks on the season. This 1-2 slapped over towards second. Barrett shows the leather, scoops it up and over to first for the first out of the inning. So the freshman makes the play here for the first out. That'd be the 4-3 put out if you're keeping book at home. Actually, if you are actually keeping a book at home, comment below and let me know. I'd be surprised if it's anybody. In my experience, nobody knows how to keep a scorebook anymore. Every time I coach, I got to teach one new parent how to do it. That one on the outside corner, 0-1. Our first games rarely go to plan because I'm spending more time teaching them how to do the scorebook correctly than actually focusing on the season. But it works out. That one fouled away 0-2 here by Easton Stoops, the number 2 hitter in the lineup for the Licking Wildcats. He's flown out to second, flown out to right, and reached on a fielder's choice and scored the first run of the 5th inning. Started that 5-run 5th for the Wildcats. That one tipped away, and I think got a piece of the catcher with it, and he seems to be fine. Leighton Handback, the backstop for the Scott City Rams, has done a great job behind the plate today. He's had a couple of miscues here and there, but nothing major. This one hit to third by Stoops, ranging in and making the throw from third base. I think that is Caden Lowry, no? Oh, that's Lane Miller, who's over at third base now. So they must have moved Jackson Gloth over to right field. Regardless, that is the second out of the inning here, and Jason Ingram will step in. Skies this one to the right side of the infield. It is caught by the first baseman. And that is a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Scott City trailing by 5 runs, 6-1. It is not over yet. Trent Wood taking the mound once again. We'll be back with you in just a moment after this.
This week's coverage of the baseball state championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media, Cale Carr, for his support for helping out to do these broadcasts here. And we also want to thank the Licking Booster Club for all their support this year that they give. Please remember to support your local booster club when you get a chance. Some more of our sponsors that we'd like to thank specifically is Progressive Ozark Bank of Licking. And Town and Country Bank of Licking, both members FDIC, equals Housing Home Lenders. Again, thank you for all your support for bringing coverage of Licking Wildcat baseball. And also all the other sponsors this year in the Licking community. Again, thank you for all your support. It has been a pleasure. Good luck, Wildcats.
So it'll be Trent Wood on the mound still for the Licking Wildcats. Leading it off here will be Caden Lowry, the number 3 hitter for the Rams. First pitch in there is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. The 0-1 from Wood. Breaking ball, fouled away, now 0-2. Lowry is 1 for 3 on the day with a single and 2 flyouts to the outfield. 1 to center and 1 to right. Lets that one go in the dirt, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. That one just off the outside corner, 2-2. As Wood is up to 83 pitches here. So he should be able to at least finish this inning. This one popped up and out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Nobody out. And nobody on for the leadoff hitter, Caden Lowry, in the inning. This one hit hard to short. Walker gloves it over to first in time for the first out of the inning. So Lowry will ground out to the shortstop, Carson Walker, and that'll bring up Leighton Handback. Handback is 0 for on the day with a ground up to short and a strikeout looking back in the 3rd inning. This one popped up, and it is going to get out of play. And it was almost caught by a spectator, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, I'm told. That one misses the spot, 1-1. Personally, I'll stick to horseshoes if you don't mind. This one hit just past Carson Walker at short for a single. And now it's a 1-out single here for Handback. And that'll bring up Braden Walton, who started the game out in right field, and is now on the mound for the Scott City Rams. Pick off over to first, just back in time. Nearly picked him off. Handback taking a nap there about halfway off the bag, and luckily got back in time. First pitch. This one popped up right side of the infield. Conway 80 makes the squeeze for the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up Jackson Gloth, who started the game at 3rd base. I'm not sure where he's at now. Because Lane Miller's on 3rd. So we'll figure that out in a minute. This one fouled away for strike 1 by Jackson Gloth. 351 hitter, but 0 for on the day today. Has flown out to center and struck out swinging. Pick off over to first again, back in time, is Handback. Just doing their best to keep him honest. Keep him from getting a good jump if there is a ground out here. Swing and a miss. Now 0-1. And you can hear that wind picking up quite a bit here. The 0-2 on the way. That one outside, 1-2. Wood with 91 pitches. The 1-2, that one a breaking ball. Check swing is safe. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs, one on. Breaking ball hammered down third base line. Fair. It's going to get out in the corner. This should score at least one. They're going to hold him. They are not going to test the arm of Isaac Rennie, but that is a two-out double for Jackson Glows here to put runners in scoring position for Tyson Proctor. So runners on second and third here with two outs in the inning. And Coach Roark going to come out and have a chat with Lane Wood, or Trent Wood, excuse me. And we may have a substitution. Conway 80 going to come in to pitch, it looks like. So we're going to have a pitching change here. Wood at 94 pitches has pitched an absolute gem of a game here. 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks on the day. And it does look like Conway 80 is going to come in to pitch here. I haven't seen him pitch much this season, but he's 3-3 with 38 2/3 innings pitched as they're paying off Trent Wood here. So a 2.72 ERA, 36 strikeouts, 23 walks. Coming in with 2 outs and 2 on. So let's go ahead and thank our viewers while we're right here. Thank you guys for checking in and listening to the ball game with us. Once again, be sure to hit subscribe on your way out, either on Mr. Hilliard's channel or my own. We thank you guys for tuning in. And a free way to help us is to just hit that subscribe button before you leave. And if you would like to donate, monetarily speaking, there's my Venmo at the bottom of the screen. I believe you can find one for Allen Hilliard on his page over there, Allen Hilliard Sports. But every dollar counts, especially when you're doing as much traveling as I've done in the last 3 weeks. Gas wasn't cheap there for a little bit. Still isn't cheap enough for me now. But such is the way of the world. So if you want to throw us a dollar just to say thank you, the link to do that there's at the bottom of the screen. And if not, thank you guys just for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you, especially all of our sponsors here. All of my sponsors, including First State Community Bank, along with Town & Country Bank, Progressive Ozark Bank, Allen Hilliard Sports, and the Licking Wildcat Booster Club. I cover mainly softball, basketball, baseball. Allen has more eccentric tastes. He covers indoor football, along with the same big three over here in the mid-Missouri, which is basketball, baseball, softball. But he also does high school football and all kinds of other stuff. It's kind of like ESPN the Ocho over there on Allen's channel. You never know what you're going to find. So be sure to check it out if you're on mine. And if you're on his, give mine a look over there. I do high school sports about 95% of the time, and I do restaurant reviews about the other 5%. And sometimes I get on there just to be a smart aleck and stir the pot, so to speak. I can be entertaining. So stepping in here for the first batter to face the new pitcher Conway 80 will be Tyson Proctor for the Scott City Rams. 2 on and 2 out here. Proctor is 0 for on the day. He's grounded into a double play and struck out. The first pitch in there from Conway is a strike. So now 0-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Conway shakes off Ingram. Finally gets the sign he likes. The 0-1 on the way. Kicks and fires. That one just low, 1-1. Speaking of Conway 80, his dad, Lucas 80, the co-owner of Bean Creek Game Calls, You might have seen their ad earlier in the game here. If you're a hunter, you couldn't ask for better game calls than what you'll find at Bean Creek. That one fouled away, 1-2. It's a family-owned business, and they are a sponsor of ours. But I've seen some of their calls myself. They're well made, and they do a great job of calling in the toms and the bucks. So be sure to support the local businesses that support us so we can continue to bring you this kind of coverage. The 1-2 pitch on the way from 80. Down in the dirt, 2-2. Evens the count. Another way to support my channel, at the very least, is merchandise. I do sell shirts, hats, other apparel. You can find that order form attached to the top of the Facebook page. Better Call Ball on Facebook. 80 winds for the 2-2. That one just low at the knees, full count. And a payoff pitch coming here with 2 on and 2 out. Conway throwing some good pitches. They're chase pitches. And Proctor is not chasing. Payoff pitch coming. Whacks this one out into left. Isaac Rennie on the run. Catches it while backpedaling for the 3rd out. And I'll tell you what, that is a home run at their home field, I guarantee it. That was about 360 feet out there. As Proctor flies out to left for the final out here in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. And we'll be back with you in just a moment after this. For 125 years, the Marys County Bank has been dedicated to serving Pulaski County and the surrounding communities. We have friendly in-house services for your auto, ag, home, business, and personal banking needs. With 11 locations including Richland and St. Robert, the Marys County Bank is a convenient way to manage your finances. Come see a friendly face today at any of our 11 locations and let our knowledgeable staff serve your needs. The Marys County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. When disaster strikes, every second matters. Water, fire, mold, and storm damage or trauma cleanup can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to face it alone. At U.S. Disaster Restoration, our certified restoration experts are on call 24/7, arriving fast to protect what matters most. From cleanup to complete rebuild, we restore your home or property and your peace of mind. If you need help fast, give us a call. At U.S. Disaster Restoration, we master any disaster. Taxes, the dreaded yearly chore made up of vague legal terms and stress. But with a preparation done by Tax Made Easy, you'll have nothing to worry about. The professionals at Tax Made Easy do your tax returns like it's their own, searching for every available option to make sure that you are getting the most out of your tax return. So take the stress out of taxes and contact the ladies at Tax Made Easy for your future tax planning needs. Located at 836 VFW Memorial Drive in St. Robert. All right, we're back with you here, top of the 7th inning. Thank you, Mr. Vestal. I appreciate that. I do the best I can, but I'm just a poor, simple creature who loves some baseball and likes to talk. First pitch in here from Braden Walton is a ball outside. 1-0 here on the leadoff hitter in the inning, Conway 80, who has drawn 3 walks and hit a single today and has scored twice. Fouls that one away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Conway just finding a way to get it done here in the ball game so far today. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Walton fires. Swing and a miss. 1-2. For any of you Scott City folk who have been listening, it's not necessarily that I'm rooting for Licking. I just know them a lot better than I do your boys. You guys have played a fine ball game. Thought you guys did well yesterday considering the circumstances against the Pioneers, as that one is in there. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for the first out. But I'm not trying to be a homer. I just know the Licking boys extremely well, and makes it a little easier to talk about in that particular case. If you want to hear BB truly completely unbiased, listen to the Blair Oaks and Desheen game, because I don't care who wins out of those two. So, first pitch, swing and a miss here to Logan Buckner. Buckner, 311 hitters, 0 for on the day with a walk and a run scored. The 0-1 on the way. That one high and outside, 1-1. Almost got away from Handback back there. Walton, the lefty, junior, started the game in right field. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. This one swung on and missed. 1-2. And Buckner's just trying to plant one out in left center field and get himself an extra base hit. Walton has more movement on it than what it looks like from here, I would imagine. The 1-2, that one high and outside, 2-2. I know those pitches there are tailing outside quite a bit. He's got some good movement if he can figure out how to locate it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one hit, and it is caught. Very good catch there by Trey Barrett, the freshman at second base. Backpedaling, catches it over the shoulder for the second out. What a play by Trey Barrett to save a hit. So that'll be the second out of the inning here. And that'll bring up Jet Sullins. Jet has been on base once today. He struck out all 3 times of the plate so far, and that one in there, swinging strike 1. The 0-1 on the way here from Walton. Jet lays down a bunt that pops back up and hits him. It'll be foul. He laid it down perfectly in front of the plate and ran into it as it hopped up off the turf. This turf has played a big factor in a lot of these games in the small school divisions, because most of them never play on turf. So they don't know exactly how to have the touch to react to it. We've had a lot of outfield errors and a lot of misplays in the outfield because they're not sure how hard it's going to hit the dirt. As that one's in there, swinging strike 3. And Sullins goes down on strikes. He's got the golden sombrero today, but he did get on base with one of those back in the 4th inning. So we head to the home half of the 7th. Licking 3 outs away from taking home the 3rd place hardware. We'll be back with you in just a moment after this. The Bank of Iberia first opened its doors in 1899 and has been tirelessly serving the Miller, Pulaski, and surrounding counties ever since. You don't stay in business that long without knowing a thing or two about taking care of your neighbors. With branches in Iberia and Waynesville, they offer checking, savings, loans, and the friendly customer service that you've come to expect from your hometown bank. So roll on over to Rocktown or wheel into Waynesville and find out what the Bank of Iberia can do for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Nothing says a ball game like hot dogs and popcorn, but after the game, it's time to slide on into Lou's Place in Richland. Lou's has a mouth-watering burger and crispy hand-cut fries, as well as wraps, wings, and many other things, so every trip to your plate is a home run. Featuring trivia and tacos every Tuesday, as well as karaoke and weekly specials, there's always something new going on at Lou's. So here's your sign to swing on by Lou's Place, 700 West Washington in Richland. Hunting is a heritage in the Bing Creek family, and we want to share it with your family too. With over 80 years of combined experience out in the woods, we know there is nothing more exciting than a successful hunt. So Bean Creek makes high-quality mouth and friction calls that will drive those long beards wild, as well as grunt calls and scents that will bring those trophy bucks a-running. So before you hit the woods this season, hike on over to our website at beancreekgamecalls.com and order the best game calls that the Ozarks has to offer. All right, here we go. Licking 3 outs away from a third-place trophy to go home with. First pitch in there to the leadoff batter is a ball. Second pitch, ball as well. Caden Graff, the number 8 hitter, up to bat here in the home half of the 7th. Graff has a single and is grounded out to the pitcher. This one hit well out into center. Sullins cruises underneath it and squeezes it for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs to go. Trey Barrett and Lane Miller, the next 2 batters due up. Trey walked and scored the 1 run so far for the Scott City Rams in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and then grounded out to the first baseman back in the 5th in his previous at bat. So 0 for on the day, but a run scored. First pitch was a ball. This one also a ball, low. 2-0 now. Conway 80 trying to close it out here to bring home the 3rd place plaque and make that drive home just a little shorter. The 2-0 on the way. Just low at the knees. 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes here. Barrett probably going to leave the bat on his shoulder for this one. That one right down the center, 3-1. So Trey Barrett, the freshman, has done a great job in the field today as well as at the plate. 3-1 on the way, and he'll draw his 2nd walk of the day here in the bottom of the 7th. So Barrett heads down to first base for Lane Miller, who has 2 hits and a walk on the day. He's a .505 hitter on the regular season and has 2 singles today. So he'll step in here with a runner on first, trailing by 5 runs. First pitch coming from Conway 80. In there at the knees, but just low. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch hit well out into left field, and it is down. Bounces off Rennie's legs, but it'll stay in front of him. And now runners on first and second with just 1 out here for the Scott City Rams, trying to get a 1-out rally going in the bottom of the 7th. Ingram going to go out and have a chat with Conway. Chill out, bruv. We got this. Trust your defense. A ground ball with runners on first and second would be ideal to try to turn a double play. A ground ball to third, and Buckner can tag and go on. Double them up here. Barrett, very speedy. Miller, a great base runner. We've seen good base running from him all day long, but has not made it past second base yet on the day. 80 fires this one, grounder to short. Walker over to first and gets the 2nd out of the inning here. Didn't want to flip it over to second, risk it going out in the outfield, but he picks up the 2nd out as Boswell is retired, and Caden Lowry will step in here. Lowry grounded out to third in the 1st inning, struck out looking in the 3rd inning, and grounded out to short in the 6th inning. 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch from Conway 80 in the dirt. 1-0. Breeze picking back up again here. It feels nice, but it's rather annoying when I have all these papers to keep track of. But it's better than rain. This 1-0 pitch is fouled away directly behind Lowry. So Lowry, the shortstop, pitched yesterday against the Pioneers, who are in the championship game next against the Blair Oaks Falcons. We'll have that game as well, so make sure you hit subscribe and so you don't miss the start of it. This one popped up. If it's in play, it is not. It's right in front of us here and bounces into the window of the press box for strike 2. And the Willard crowd here sitting over below the press box. They'll be in action tomorrow in the Class 5 and 6. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one in the dirt, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the 7th. Scott City down to their final strike. Conway 80 checks on Barrett over there at third. Takes a breath, kicks and fires. Curveball just off the plate, full count. That's as close as you can get without actually getting a strike. I mean, it was just a hair too far outside for the championship strike zone. Payoff pitch coming. In the dirt, walks him, bases loaded. And that was a great breaking ball. I don't know how Lowry did not swing at it because it looked like it was as close as it could get and not be a strike. So that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Leighton Handback. Had a single in the 6th inning, stranded on third base. Bases loaded for him. This one in there for strike 1 called. The 0-1. Handback steps in. Conway 80 gets the sign here and sets. Kicks and fires the 0-1. Breaking ball, going to stay high. That one not near as close as the first one there. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fires. This one swung on and missed. 1-2. And Scott City down to their final strike once again here with 2 outs and the bases juiced. Leighton Handback struck out looking back in the 3rd. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kicks and fires. Swing and miss. Got him. Strike 3. Licking wins 3rd place over the Scott City Rams. Licking will finish the season at 27-10. 3rd best team in Class 3. Scott City will finish the season 34-3. They lost more here in Ozark this week than they did all season. They played a fantastic game today and just could not pull it out against the Licking Wildcats. If you'll stay tuned for just a second, we'll get you a box score, final stats here for everybody. 6-1 the victory, 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors for Licking, which I don't think is right. I think they had at least 1. Scott City, 1 run on 8 hits, 1 error, 3 hits on the day for Lane Miller, 1 hit apiece for Boswell, Handback, Walton, Gloth, and Graff on the day. Miller, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks. Walton in relief, 2 innings pitched, no hits allowed, 2 strikeouts. Great relief appearance there. For the Wildcats, they got 5 hits, 1 from Walker, 1 from Ingram, 1 from 80, and 1 from Trent Wood. Parker Huff with the big hit of the day, 1 hit, 3 RBI triple that ultimately blew the game open. Trent Wood, 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. 80 in relief, 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. So 6-1 your final score Licking takes home the third place prize here today. I would say that we'll have about a 7:15 start time for the Blair Oaks and Duchesne game. Make sure you hit subscribe, and it'll let you know when we get on air for the next game here, the Class 3 Championship. Thank you guys once again for tuning in here on Allen Hilliard Sports, along with Better Call Ball. You can find us both on Facebook and on YouTube, obviously. You can find both links on bettercallmobile.com. You can find the link for our apparel orders there as well. We can do them in school colors. Any size, I believe, up to 5X. And we have Richardson hats, Richardson 112 hats, of course, because those are the best hats. And that's what we always have, the best of the best over there. Those are made by our sponsor, Unlimited Custom Apparel, out of Crocker. I support local businesses, and you should too. Having said that, we'll see you guys for the next game in just a little bit. Congratulations to the Licking Wildcats and the Scott City Rams for a wonderful season. On behalf of Allen Hilliard Sports and myself at Better Call Ball, we're going to sign off. We'll see you guys for the next one.
This week's coverage of the baseball state championships and the Licking Wildcats this year is provided by all of our great sponsors here, along with a big thank you from Better Call Ball Media